We've got Queensland Reds head coach Les Kiss and co-captain Tate McDermott. Just wait for the camera operator. Hang on. Press conference on the mic, Andrew.
Tatey, can you explain just the celebration, how that felt after last week's loss?
Yeah, it was unreal. Those dying minutes there to see boys scrambling for one another. That's us, and that's our DNA. And we've shown last week that we can scramble. We just weren't good enough to prevent the Canes. So to see us on the shoes on the other foot this week, it's really pleasing, and I'm really proud of that group of men behind me.
That goal line defence there in those last sort of 3 or 4 minutes, how do you sort of rate that in your time here at the club, and then to be able to win some goal, is that sort of stamped in your time here?
Yeah, I've only ever seen it once from this group like that, and that was last year against the Chiefs over in New Plymouth. So yeah, it was a bit of deja vu actually sitting on the sideline. I was out there last year, so just to watch it, just to see boys scrambling, to see boys hitting, getting up, going again, that's something we can be really proud of.
What do you think sort of differed between getting the job done this time around as opposed to last week against the Hurricanes there that sort of maybe made that difference?
I think obviously we did a good job in the first half controlling the ball. The second half we can look back on it. There's quite a bit to work on. We were pretty sloppy in areas, but we just kept showing up. The scrum late in the game, it got us key penalties that piggybacked us up the field. But yeah, if I was to put something on it, I think it would be the pressure we put on in defence and our scramble.
Well, let's just repeat first half as well. Silly RC seemed to have a real breakout half there as well. He didn't seem to get as involved in the first couple of games. It's only run for 100+ metres in that half alone. Are you guys sort of trying to figure out still how best to use someone like him, or is it just the way the game sort of flowed to open that up?
Yeah, well, I do certain stats on every game, and Sully's been heavily involved. It's just what you don't see off the ball. His work off the ball has been, a massive step up for him, and he's starting to build that in a repeatable way. That makes a difference. And today, we just saw him gain that extra bit of confidence and took the line on and created a bit of havoc at times and got some good run meters. So I don't think it's just one-off. I think it's been there because he's worked so hard off the ball. Turning up in places in defence and attacking at the ruck. And when last week Tate got caught up in the ruck and he got into dummy half quickly and just moved it away. So he's been working hard, and I just think, when you work hard, sometimes you get the gravy at another time, and he got some good work for us today. And it was great to see him in full flow. It was good.
Isaac Henry's had a rough game with the injuries. What have you seen from him over the last, say, year or two? And for him to, behind the scenes, what do you see? And for him to come in tonight and to fill the boots by Sami and just have a cracking game.
Yeah, Zachy's someone we've always rated really highly, but like you said, he's had a really tough time with injury. So I guess behind the scenes, I've seen just how tough it's been for him. I've seen sessions where he's been physically at his best, and for some reason his hammy's gone, or it's his quad. So to see Zachy out there with a smile on his face tonight, playing in front of our home fans, it's unreal. He's someone that shows up regardless if he's selected. Like, he missed out in selection the first 2 weeks. And he's just fronted. He's got his opportunity and he's taken that with both hands. So what we know with this side is, unfortunately, we lost 3 boys last week, and the 3 boys that came in tonight did a bloody good job. And that's what we can be really proud of for this team going forward. Obviously, we're nowhere near the complete package, but the depth and the way the squad is trying to improve week in, week out, it's awesome to see.
Les, just following on from that, it must be nice to know that you lose a player like my son, you can call upon, as Tate's saying, the depth and get that sort of production out of Henry, who you might not see much of before this year.
Yeah, I think Tate nailed it on the head. The boys have worked hard together. We've challenged each other in the right way from before Christmas and challenge ourselves to be competitive in each position. I think that competition in each position is bringing out even more in us. Hunter was starting a few games and was playing very well. When I made the replacement with Zach coming on, it was seamless. He just took it on where it was. So it's not a surprise. We knew he was in form. He just had to wait for a selection, and full credit to him. He took the non-selections on the chin and just kept delivering for the team. So I'm not surprised. He's in a pretty good form at the moment, and we had to shift a few things around. We know Jock's been in fine form. We lost Geordie, and Jock really performed well from the back. We lost Alex, but we moved the scrum around, and Jeffrey came into the team and really helped our scrum at the end of the game. I thought all our reserves came on and did a sensational job for us. They were exceptional, really, and we keep saying it's going to take all of us, and it will. And tonight was a pretty good picture of what that looks like.
With Harry Phillips as well, last 2 games where he's come on, it's been, for a rookie, real tough scenarios to be thrown into, and within a couple of minutes he's kicked a goal and set up what ended up being the decisive try. Can you both, I guess, just sort of walk through how quickly you've seen him evolve in such a short space of time, and just what he's like as a kid to be that unflappable?
Yeah, just his composure, something I've been really impressed with. We obviously threw him at 12 last week, and Harry's never trained at 12. But he took it with both hands. He doesn't complain. He just wants to play footy, and he loves playing footy. And he's someone who's obviously battling head-to-head with Tommy Liner, but they've got a really good relationship, and they both bounce stuff off each other because Harry's kicking game is brilliant, and that's something that's something Harry needs to emulate, So, and then likewise with his running game, that's Harry's strength, and Tommy's trying to grow that side. So, it's a really good, really good problem to have in the side, having 2 10s, and then you add guys like James O'Connor there, who's pulling the strings behind the scenes, Lawson Crichton as well. So, it's a really healthy relationship and a good balance for the team to have.
Well, that's with James as well. I think early on it was sort of talked about in around 4 or so, but with the way that guys like Josh Foote have come in, and the game he had tonight with Hunter sort of come back as well, can he actually unseat anyone in this team at the moment after these first few weeks?
Yeah, well, we've purposely tried to keep the team together as much as possible up to this point to just get a bit of a flow on. There obviously will be some changes along the way, but it's a long season. Lawson and James's value will come in somewhere. Where that is, I can't tell you now. But the experience that Tom Liner and Harry McLaughlin Phillips has had in the last 3 or 4 weeks, including the trial against the Waratahs, it's invaluable. It'll stand to us as the year goes on. I'd like to think no position's really safe, but. That's a great situation to have in the team. Everyone's competitive. We made a replacement today with Tate, and Kalani came on and did a superb job in the last 8 minutes or so. So I'm really chuffed about the way the boys are doing the job week in, week out, and just owning their readiness, owning their time when they get a chance, and that's great. So to get back to your question, they're going to have to earn their way into that side for sure.
With the 3 that were out tonight, do you have any sort of updates on them, and then also with Seth?
I only saw Seth there quickly. I haven't seen the doctor on him yet, but our 2 HIAs will be looked at again, even tomorrow and the next day in terms of the procedures we go through. So I would hope that they're both available. Alex had a scan. He's probably going to have a 3 to 4 week at least as he works his shoulder back into what it needs to be.
Mentally, what has changed between last year where you would have lost a game for sure, and this year where the effort in defense was massive, the discipline was extraordinary in the final minutes. So what's the main difference? Is it mentally that the team has moved to another stage, or?
Yeah, I think it's just our mindset, mate. It's very rare that teams have as long a pre-season we did with Wallabies guys included. So to have that much time on feet, and we worked so hard during that time. You know, that in combination with the strategies we've got in place, both attack and defence, the boys are really buying in. Not to say they didn't buy in last year, but we're starting to see a real confidence of players. You know, a real kind of mindset where they just want to get better every day. And the facility at Ballymore is fantastic for that. You know, so yeah, mate, to answer your question, there's nothing I can really put my finger on apart from the belief in boys that wear the jerseys out there.
Mac, Mac is played out of his skin tonight. Well, not out of his skin, but he's really impressed in that starting jumper. Do you agree that that's his position, or you know he's too good to be demoted to the bench at this point?
Yeah, I think. You want Les to answer?
Mac Greeley.
Yeah, he's had a cracking game tonight.
Mate, yeah.
Is he too good? Do you agree that he can't be pushed to the bench now?
You're trying to put me under pressure there, are you? Mac, he just buys in and delivers every session, every minute. You know, I mean, he leaves nothing in a question mark stage. You know, he tries to put a full stop or an exclamation mark on his work. Right or wrong, whatever happens, he actually finds out. He's bought into what our style is and in the way that we move around the pitch. So, you know, he's doing the right things. I've got no doubt he's got to have more time in that jersey for sure. And I'm really pleased for him. He's really knuckled down and done a lot of hard work to be where he is. And he took the challenge that I put to him pre-season, in the off-season, and he's aimed up. So, sorry. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, mate. Good work, mate.